Good afternoon, friends. My name is Dipalee Arun Gawai. I am learning in Government B.Ed College of Kolar and student. In today we have take internship online classes. So on your new Jizawu Girls School student, today we have teach on your 8th standard. So okay. So in this 8th standard, today we have teach the subject name, a very interesting and important subject, that is English subject. So in this English subject, today we have learned a very interesting prose. So before teach the prose, I would like to ask some questions to you. And student, if you know the answer of this question, please give it. Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, student. Can you tell me where we go one place to another place?
We can use transport.
Yes, very good. That we use transports. So, do you know which are the air transports?
Yes.
Which are they?
Aeroplane and helicopter and etc.
Very good. Now tell me which are the land transport?
Land transport is truck.
Okay, truck, train, okay, bus, etc. That are the land transport. Okay. Can you tell me which are the water transport?
Ship.
Yes, very good. That is ship are the water transport. Ship, boat or any other transport that we use by water. Okay, so student, we know on the water we use commonly a ship. Some ships are small, some ships are very huge in size. But all of these ships are very interesting ship in a word named a Titanic ship. And on this Titanic ships also based a movie named a Titanic. So student, in today's online classes, on this lesson we have learned a very interesting ship named a Titanic ship. Okay. So the lesson for today, that is the unsinkable ship. So the subunit for today, that is unsinkable ship. Okay, we all know that is sink. S-I-N-K, sink. That means something is sink in the water. But here the name of the lesson, that is unsinkable ship. That is the name which is wrote on this Titanic ship. Name that is never to be die or never to be sink in the water. So the story of this Titanic ship named the unsinkable ship. So student, now we have learned the lesson named the unsinkable ship. But before that, I would like to read the lesson loudly, and we all that listen it carefully. Okay, just hold 1 minute. Look at the page number 92. Name a unsinkable ship. Okay, so firstly student, we have know the background of this lesson. We all know a ship named Titanic. Okay, it is a new advanced ship which is like a whole town that is floating on water. It is so huge. Name a Titanic. So do you know what do you mean by Titanic? Titanic means a huge. That's when it is a lot of a biggest ship. It is also a biggest ship, and so it is so remarkable in the history. So look at the first line of this lesson, that on 10th April 1912, the largest luxury ship in the world set sail from Southampton to England to New York. Okay, England and New York, that is the voyage for this Titanic ship. She was called the Titanic. It is the name of this ship. The word Titanic means huge. Huge means that is the biggest. This was her maiden voyage. Voyage means that is the travels, the traveling route. That is the first voyage. She set out the cross of Atlantic Ocean, and she carried more than 2,000 passengers. The Titanic was like a floating town. So students, in the first four lines that he said the year when the Titanic started his voyage, means on that day he start to traveling on the in this ocean named Atlantic Ocean. Okay, where is the Titanic ships are going to? It is going in a Atlantic Ocean, and it is start is always from England to New York. Okay, the route of this Titanic ship, it is England to
New York.
New York. Okay, so on 10th April 1912, it is the date when he start to traveling on this water, and means it is in Atlantic Ocean. Okay, the largest luxury ships. Luxury means where available all the types of facilities on this ship. Like it is a hotel, rooms, at as well as all types of facilities are available in this ship. So it is called as a largest because there are more than 2000 people are traveling in one time in the ship. So it is the largest, means it has a huge in size, as well as it is available all types of facilities, all types of luxurious in this ship. So it is called as also a largest luxury ship. So that the ship called Titanic. The word Titanic means huge. So here we all know the name of this ship is Titanic, and why it is called as Titanic? Because the meaning of Titanic, that is the huge. Huge means we know there are available all types of, there are more than 2000 rooms are available in this ship. There are hotels also available there. All types of spa and massage parlors are available are there. So it is all types of luxury ships, and it is also huge. So it is called as a Titanic. This was a maiden voyage. Voyage means that is a traveling time. It is called as voyage. That is her first voyage, and that England to New York, it is the first voyage of Titanic. She set out across the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, when it is voyage or when the ship is traveling, it crossed the Atlantic Ocean, and she carried more than 2000 passengers. How many passengers are traveling in the Titanic? There are more than 2000 passengers are traveling in one time in a Titanic ship. Okay, so the Titanic was like a floating town. Towns mean we know in a town lived more than 1000 or 2000 people. So in a Titanic ship at the one time there are 2000 people are traveling in the ship. So it is looks like a floating town, means a whole town are floating on the water. In that time we can imagine how biggest are the ship Titanic. Then look at the next lines. There are said everyone called the Titanic was the finest ship in the world. Finest means it is all type of luxuries are provided in the ship. All types of facilities also available in the ship. It is looks like very luxurious, very beautifully, and it has many space for everyone. So it is a finest ship in the world. Everyone was proud of her. Everyone feels so proud on this ship. She was as tall as a building of 15 stories. Inside, she was like a large hotel with grand staircases, dining rooms, shops, and swimming pools, etc. Everyone thought that the Titanic could never sink. Everyone thought that Titanic could never sink. They called her a unsinkable ship. The ship's builders were so sure of this that they put only a few lifeboats on the ship. So students, we have seen the next lines, that is the everyone called, that is the Titanic is a finest ship in the world because it is looks like so fine, so beautiful, so luxurious and so huge. So everyone thought that, or everyone called that it is a very finest ship in the world. And everyone on these ships, they are traveling on this ship, they are thought that it is a very beautiful ship, and everyone makes so proud of her. Her means that is on the ship. She was as tall as a building of 15 stories. It is a huge ship because the height of this ship is looks like a building of 15 stories. Inside, she was like a large hotel. Inside the hotel, there is a large hotel with grand staircases, dining rooms also, shops, as well as a swimming pool also available on the Titanic. Okay, so here we have write down some description of this Titanic ship. Okay, so what are the facilities, or what are the luxurious that are present on the ship, the Titanic? Okay, so students, here we have write down Titanic means huge.
Huge.
Again, on this ship there are available so many luxurious facility, like here available a grand staircases, all number 2, also present a dining room, also a swimming pool, that's are the facilities are provided by Titanic for the passengers. Okay, and so many shops also available on the Titanic ships. Okay, so in a common ship there are no facilities are provided by the passenger, but in a Titanic ship there are so many facilities are available for the passengers, so it is called as a luxurious ship. It has a grand staircases, dining room, shops, as well as swimming pools also available for the passenger. Everyone thought that the Titanic could never sink. Sink means it is not to be sink on the water like other ships or other boats, like, because on a bold or a capitals letter there are write down on the ship there is a name, the unsinkable ship, means it never to be sink. So everyone thought that the Titanic could never sink. They called that a unsinkable ship. The ship's builders were so sure of this that they put only a few lifeboats on the ship. The builder who built or who construct the ship named Titanic, he was totally sure about that this Titanic ship we were never to be sink. So for that he used so many or a few lifeboats on the ship because he thought it never to be sink. So there is no need of any boat on the ship. So he take only a few boats because the builder was so sure about that it never to be die or it never to be sink. Next line, that is the journey was very comfortable. The journey of these Titanic ships are very comfortable. The passengers were proud because they were traveling in the best ship in the world, and that's why they felt also safe. In the next line, the author of this lesson said that the journey of the ships was so comfortable. So comfortable because they provide all types of facilities to the passenger. They provide all types of spas, massages, all types of fruits or all types of facility to the passengers, so that all the passengers feel so comfortable on this ship, and the passengers also feel proud because it is a what's beautiful ship, what's beautiful ship. It is the finest, it is a luxurious, it is the huge, it provide all types of facilities. So the passengers also so proud of that, and they are traveling in the best. It is not just good, it is not just better, it is the best ship in the world. So they felt also ship. She has no fear about to seek the ship in the water. They all feel we are so safe on this ship. In the next line, that is the author said that then come the night of the 14 April, the sky was clear and the sea was calm. Many of the passengers were asleep. Captain Smith knew that there were icebergs nearby, so he told a man to keep a watch from the top of the ship. Suddenly, at 11:40 p.m., the man saw something. He grew cold with fear. A huge iceberg stood right in the path of the Titanic. Iceberg, he yelled. Okay, so the author said that he came the night of the 14th. He started his voyage on 10th April 1912. Okay, when it is started traveling, it is started traveling 10 April 1912. Okay, and in the night of 14 April, okay, means how many days they are traveling? 4 days. Okay, 10 to 14 means it is traveling to 4 days. After a 4 days, because in this 10 to 14, that 4 days, all the passengers feels very comfortably. They are live happily. They are feel very safe, as well as they have think that we are traveling in the best ship in the world. So they are always feel so safe. But in the poet says that is in the night of 14 April, the sky was so clear. Means there is no clouded, no sign of rains. The whole sky is clear. There is no any type of clouds are there. The moon was shining so beautifully. Means the sky was clear, as well as the sea is also calm. There is no storming or not any type of tsunamis are produces in the sea. Sea is also calm. Sky is also clear. Means there is no danger of anyone. Many of passengers are also asleep. Means some are sleeping and some passengers are awake. Asleep means awake. He cannot sleep. Then Captain Smith. Captain Smith means a person who watch on the ship. It is called as captain. Okay. So the Captain Smith knew that there was an iceberg near. Iceberg means where a very large of mass of ice floating on the sea. It is called as iceberg. Okay, here we write down the meaning of iceberg. Iceberg means a lot of mass of ice. Floating Captain Smith are the experienced captain, so he knows that the iceberg is near to the place. So he told the man who keep watch on the ship, that watchkeeper or that the watchman, the Captain Smith told him to keep a watch from the top of the ship, because we already discussed about that the height of the ship Titanic are like a 15 storage buildings. Okay, so the man who are top of the ship, Captain Smith, told him to keep watch on the ship from the top, because here are iceberg are nearby the ship. Suddenly at 11:40 p.m. p.m. is at the time of night. On which time? That is 11:40 p.m. Okay. Mean it is the time of night. So in that time of night, the man saw something. The man means the watchman, or who watched on the top of the ship from the all the whole ship in this Atlantic Ocean. The man saw something very danger for the Titanic ship. He grew cold with fear, means he feels very danger. He was so fear about that, because he see a huge iceberg stood right in the path of Titanic, means in a road of Titanic. When the Titanic are moving or Titanic are going, in that the path of the Titanic, a huge iceberg are stood. Stood means it is present there in the path of the Titanic. Okay. So the man who are keeping the eyes on the ship, he saw a huge iceberg are stood right up in the path of the Titanic. He yelled. He fear, and he yelled. Yelled means when someone say fearly, say very loudly. Okay, very loudly with the fear, very loudly in a danger time. He yelled. He say loudly. That is iceberg. What he say? He says a iceberg. So the iceberg, because when a Titanic ships are moving there, it is very danger for the passengers' lives as well as the Titanic's lives also. So it is called as it is very danger. So in the next lines, Captain Smith had to steer the Titanic away from the iceberg. So that is the